already has gone, and now we have started 2025. Today is the 1st of January 2025. 2024 has been marked by various features, various traits, various properties. We have got some good things achieved in 2004, and we have also lost something. As for example, Bangladeshi government has been overthrown by students. Pakistan and Afghanistan have started bombing each other, though both Pakistan and Afghanistan are Muslim majority countries. Syria has been devastated by war, fighting, and feud. Syria's President Bashar al Assad has also been overthrown from the power, and he has been now residing in Russia. Last year, we have also seen the war between Ukraine and Russia. Though once Ukraine was the part of former Soviet Union or USSR, but now the both countries are fighting. Israel Palestine have been a very old example of feuding nations, of conflicting nations, and their solution is yet to come to us. If you go to Africa during the Arab Spring, the government of Egypt has been overthrown. Muammar Gaddafi of Libya has also been overthrown. There has been Arab Spring in Tunisia, which started especially in Tunisia with the self-killing of Muhammad Bouazizi, aged 26, a street vegetable vendor who, out of showing protest to the police, set fire to his own body. And the firing and the killing of Muhammad Bouazizi started, sparked revolution, anarchy, violence all over Tunisia, and this spring has spread to other countries like Egypt, Libya, and all other African countries. The African countries, all the African countries like Ghana, Sudan has been separated into two countries. Darfur, the conflict of Darfur, the genocide of Darfur has been a issue of mass talk all over the world. Indonesia's East Timor has been independent nation, has been a Christian independent nation with a Nobel Peace Laureate having been elected as the president of East Timor, who has recently visited to Bangladesh. If we talk about United Kingdom, you see, United Kingdom was formally founded in 1066 with the Norman conquest. The last year, United Kingdom has also seen mass skirmishes over the with the citizens showing lot of controversies, lot of agitation in the streets. Some people of United Kingdom have been arrested by the police, and the citizens have expressed mass grievances over the arrest. They said that there is no democracy even in England, which is the mother of democracy of the present world. If we go to United States has retreated, sent back their troops which were imposed, deployed in Afghanistan. And if we talk about another country, another European country, France's President Emmanuel Macron has been accused of homosexual causes, And if we go to Japan, Japan is one of the richest country in the world, and it is the most it is the most powerful country also in the world. And this Japanese ex prime minister has been stabbed by an unknown aggrieved person, and the ex prime minister of Japan has been killed by the stabbing. If we go to Russia, Vladimir Putin, the prime minister, the incumbent prime minister of Russia, has been very much debatable over his controversial decisions about Ukraine and about all other things. China has always been, China, another neighboring country of Japan, has always been a topic of controversy over the issue of Uyghur Muslims. We see there are about 10 lakhs of Uyghur Muslims living in China, but it has been said that the Uyghur Muslims have been deprived of their basic human rights. But China says that they are training them into their Chinese culture. But Amnesty International and other human rights organizations have always criticized China for abusing, for misleading, for maltreating the Uyghur Muslims. And in India, our Bangladeshi next door neighbor, India, who has been a friend, who has been a long time friend, long time trustworthy friend to Bangladesh, but we can see there is a bad relation rising between India and Bangladesh. Bangladesh is also saying something unpleasant to India, and India's media is also saying something unpleasant to Bangladesh. So, this has been a topic of controversy between Bangladesh and India. If we go to Iran, Iran, we know since the revolution of 1979, led by Reza Shah Pahlavi, when Iranian revolution became successful during those years, especially during the year 2024, Iran has been accused of abusing the human rights. Iran has accused several women for not wearing hijab or burqa. They have tortured or jailed some women in Iran. So, international Amnesty International organizations, other human rights watches, or World Health organizations have also criticized Iran for not maintaining human rights in Iran. And let's go back to Mexico, the next door neighbor of United States of America. Though Mexico has a sharing border with the United States of America, but Mexico's official language is Spanish, not American English. So Mexico and America or United States of America have always a very volatile relationship, sometimes conflicting relationships, sometimes violent relationship over the border issues because Mexicans always try to migrate to United States of America without any passport or visa or without any legal documents. So American presidents Joe Biden, Donald Trump have always been critical of Mexico. And Mexico has always been talked about their drug business. And let's go back to Brazil, the largest South American country, and the and its Brazil is a country which is mostly famous for football playing nations, and Brazil's former presidents who uh, have descended from power have been jailed because of economic corruption or because of power corruption. So Brazil is also not without debate, without controversy. Let's talk about South Africa. South Africa's history is a history of bloodshed. South Africa's history is a history of torture by the white against the on the black people. About 80% black people live in South Africa, while only 10% or 8% white people live in South Africa. But these 8% white people have always violated the human rights of the black. They have made them leave their homelands forcefully. The blacks have been treated like dogs in South Africa in their motherland. Apartheid has been a big issue in the last year, and though South African government is saying that apartheid is on the wane, but there is also big problem brain drain. The white people of South Africa are trying to migrate to European countries or American countries because they fear the atrocities, they fear the violence perpetrated by the black people of South Africa. Let's talk about another African country, Nigeria. Nigeria is one of the largest countries in Africa, and it is the world's largest oil producers in Africa continent. But still, Nigeria has been a very poor or the poorest country due to their ethnic conflict because Nigeria has same percent almost 50% Muslims and almost 50% Christians. These Christians and the Muslims are fighting with each other, and that's why Nigeria has been a poor country due to political instability. If we go to South America, we can see the nuclear arms race in South America. Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Peru, Chile, Bolivia, all these countries have been vying with one another to buy nuclear weapons, and these nuclear weapons are nothing but the cause of destruction of the South American political stability, South American economic equality, and Argentina and Chile have always been in a quarrel on their Beagle Strait. They have been fighting with each other on the possession of Beagle Strait. And Falkland has been a new issue between England and Argentina on the ownership. Besides that, there is a very big debt crisis in South America. All the South American countries, almost there are some 12 countries in South America. All the 12 countries have taken loans from the European countries, from the Western countries, from the developed countries like World Bank or IMF at highest uh, rate of interest, but they have been unable to repay the loan. So it's a big problem for the South American countries. If we talk about the Central America and the Caribbean region, during the post Cold War, there has been a shift in the US policy in the Caribbean regions like Tobago, Tuvalu, Trinidad and Tobago in these countries. And Haiti is another example where United States had led a military campaign on Haiti, and United States had also tried to recover democracy in Haiti. There has been several military inventions in Haiti from the government of United States of America. And in 1962, Cuba and the United States of America had been locked into a big issue on the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. There is another country in the Caribbean area, that is Grenada, and there has been several uh, in United States military interventions in Grenada. And due to this intervention, Grenada has been politically unstable, socially disordered, economically plundered, and impoverished. If we go to North America, after the Cold War between United States and the United Soviet Socialist Russia, there has been several shift of American foreign policy, and the North American Free Trade Agreement has been successful, but there has been lot of controversies over the NAFTA or North American Free Trade Agreement. If we talk about East Europe and West Europe, after the Cold War and the European Union, European security has been under threat. East Germany and West Germany has been reunited, and Bosnia crisis and the possibility of peace has been a much debatable issue. Bosnia had faced a civil war between the Bosnians and the Croats in their country. During the 4 years of civil war, Bosnia has lost millions of people during their civil war. And NATO, in this sector, NATO has been a little bit successful in mitigating the problems, but in many cases, NATO has been a big failure. If we go back to South Sub-Sahara and African region, Somalia has been has been dubbed as the poorest country in the Africa in the world. Somalia has been a beggar. Once Somalia was a very economically powerful, economically solvent, politically stable, but during their ongoing conflict and during their ethnic conflicts, they have been troubled with economic instability. Nigeria is not an exception. Nigeria has has been seeing many political crises in Nigeria. Nigerians Hutu, Nigerians Fulanis, Nigerian Houthis have been fighting with one another just due to show their dominance over each other, and that's why Nigeria has been rendered into a poorest or the poorer country in the world. Liberian civil war and the shattered lifeline has been under our focus. Namibia, another African country, Namibia's independence and the situations ongoing in Namibia are also very peaceable and very sorrowful. If we talk about Arab-Israel peace agreement and the Middle East peace process, we are trying to establish peace in the Middle East, but still peace is from us, and we are not, all the people of Middle East are not still established sustainable peace in Middle East. Lebanon crisis has been a talked about issue, most debatable issue in the Arab world. Islamic fundamentalism and the Middle East anti-Western politics has been a crucial one, and the anti-Islamic politics of the West of the Arab world has raised tension, has created tension with the Western world, with the European world. Afghan crisis and post-Gulf War crisis between Iran and Iraq, Chechnyan civil war and the possibility of peace has been much talkable, and China United States relations has been also a much debatable issue. North Korea and South Korea nuclear tension and the possibility of has not been ruled out. Kuril Dipunjo, the dispute between Kuril Island between Russia and Japan has been spiraling, and Japan's economic emergence and its global impact is also discussable. If we go back to Southeast Asian region, Cambodia's civil war, Vietnam's war, and Spratly Islands and the South China Sea conflict, post-Cold War world and the Southeast Asian security has been under threat. India-Pakistan nuclear tension and South Asian security has been also under threat. Kashmir problem and the possibility of peace is a far cry now. Political crisis in Sri Lanka and the Tamil problem is a big issue in South Asian region, and Bangladesh, India-Bangladesh relations and the FRACRA problem is also a big issue. All these problems have not been solved. So these are the problems going on. And if we also talk about Africa, Libya's military dictator Muammar Gaddafi, after his 43 years military rule, has been overthrown and killed by the common people of Libya. So If we look around the world, or there is not a single country which is free from political crisis, which is free from the violations of human rights. So this is the world. If we practically look at the world, if we practically look at the countries of the world, we see a world of discrimination, we see a world of violation of human rights, we see a world of poverty, we can see a world of unemployment, and we can see a lot of large amount of carbon emission all over the world, especially the western economically powerful nations. Due to excess amount of carbon emission, climate change has been a talkable issue. Global warming has been a great issue across the intelligentsia of the world. So somehow 2024 has left us, and we are going to embrace 2024. In the year 2025, we do hope, as a citizen not only of Bangladesh but as a citizen of the globe, as a citizen of the whole world, as a citizen of the universe. Every citizen must have some duties, must have some responsibilities which he or she has to perform, which he or she must perform, which he or she should perform to lead a prosperous life, to lead a peaceful life, to lead a congenial life. So if we wanna get a congenial atmosphere in 2025, we must be patient, we must be tolerant, we must know how to accept different views from other people. If we accept different views from other people, only then we will be able to accept them easily, and there will be friendly relations between human beings, between countries, among the nations, among various different ethnicities. So it's my hope that 2025 will be a big year, will be a very vital year for us living in the earth. We will get a very nice, friendly, amicable, and amiable atmosphere which should be congenial, favorable, and easily understandable world. People should understand what other people are saying to them, and people should not be angry what they do not understand. If you do not understand, you should have a good consultation with the people who understand better than you. And we have to accept differences of opinions, we have to accept differences of religions, we have to accept differences of political views and ideologies, because still democracy and socialism are virtually fighting with each other. So we can hope that the people of the world will be much more educated. If we want to build a better future, if we want to build a better tomorrow, a better 2025, we must develop sympathy and empathy. Sympathy is love for the people before you, and empathy is your understanding for the people before you. Empathy is a kind of sympathy where you can understand the situation of others. There are some people who are weaker than you. There are some people who are less intelligent than you. There are some people who are not strong in mathematics than you. So, if some people are weaker than you, you have to try to help them. And if there are many people who are stronger, who are more powerful in knowledge, more powerful in arms, more powerful in weapons, that people should help the weaker people. If we extend our hands of help to the distressed, to the poor, to the pauper, and to the destitute, only then we will be able to have a happy, good new year 2025. So, I don't like to extend my video here. people who have been listening to this video, people who have been watching this video, please try to develop patience. Please try to develop tolerance. Please try to develop friendship between people, among the people. Only then try to understand other people's plight, try to understand other people's happiness, try to share their joys, try to share their ugliness. Because some people are likely to have joys, while some others are likely to have sorrows. We have to share our joys, we have to share our sorrows. If we continue sharing this, sharing and caring will give us a happy world, will make us happy. So, wishing a better future, wishing a better tomorrow, wishing a better happy new year 2025, wishing good health, wishing good hygiene, wishing good maintenance of human rights. All the people of the world will receive their basic human rights, basic fundamental rights. No people will live in poverty. No people will live in unemployment. No people will emit any carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide. Only then our 2025 will be a peaceful year and very enjoyable year. So thank you very much for watching this video. And if you like, this channel is for education purpose. This channel is for edutainment purpose, because education is a kind of entertainment. So if you get once the pleasure of education or learning, you will enjoy listening to this channel. So if you are new watching this channel, please try to subscribe the channel and please try to have some comments, post some comments into the page. So thank you very much once again. Wishing you all a better, happier, nicer, more elegant, more sophisticated, a world having human rights maintained, having basic fundamental rights followed and observed. So, thank you very much. Once again, wishing you all Happy New Year 2025. Happy New Year 2025. Don't lead a life of tension, lead a life of relaxation. Relaxation makes you happy, or tension gives you unhappiness, sorrows, and sufferings and anxiety, which makes you just suffer, toil, and boil. So, once again, Happy New Year, and please try to subscribe this channel. Thank you. Bye bye.